Welcome back to SwissWatchExpo, watch lovers. This week we are taking a look at 3 of my greatest picks for colorful chronographs. Say that 3 times fast and we'll make sure to take good care of you when you're ready for your FaceTime on your next watch. So 3 different models here in the showroom that I really love. We're looking today at a Tag Heuer, a Zenith, and also a Breitling. So let's get right into it. Now, my favorite out of the bunch, of course, is the Zenith Chronograph. This is the Chronomaster Sport. Now, I love this reference because it does have that iconic El Primero movement that all watch lovers know about. Now, this is one that will rival a Daytona, but it has a completely different configuration and look on the dial. The bezel itself is done in the ceramic, so it has that nice, durable bezel that will always keep its color. One of my favorite things about this bezel is that the color extends down to the side, so you can see that green all the way around. Now, multicolor, because you'll see the chronograph dials are in that beautiful silver, almost a slate, and then a really, really beautiful muted blue. Somehow all of the colors, 4 different colors, work together so nicely. When you see green on a watch like this, you think luxury, you think sport, but then you may want to dress it up. And with those 3 colors there in the center of the dial, you can put that with the suit quite easily. Also, with this bezel, it is a 1/10 of a second timer, so it's supremely accurate. Of course, with that El Primero movement, it is one of the best known movements for accuracy with an automatic watch. So I really love this. It's a 41 millimeter, which is great because that'll fit a lot of different tastes. And the girth and thickness of the case is just right for a watch lover. So first pick. Now, next up is a watch that is great for someone who maybe wants to get into a chronograph, but maybe they aren't as familiar with setting an automatic or they prefer the supreme accuracy of a quartz watch. Look no further than the Tag Heuer and Red Bull Formula 1 racing watch. I love this because it has the size. It's 43 millimeters. And you have so many different beautiful colors there. Of course, that signature green and red Tag Heuer logo is there in the middle, but then you'll have colors from red to blue to yellow to white. And then, of course, you will have the tachymeter around the outside of the bezel that has a red pip right at the top. I love this reference, especially for someone who likes some sport, or maybe you are a Formula 1 fan. This watch is going to be 43 millimeters, nice satin finish on the bracelet, and it is, of course, a chronograph. The numbers, the Arabic numbers, will have lume, so they'll show beautifully under low light. And just a great watch for someone who wants what they call a daily driver, or maybe you have someone who's younger and they're really starting to get into watches. Tag Heuer is a very iconic brand. They've been around for so long that their designs really speak for themselves. And also the bezel on this one, it has a very unique kind of design around the edge with the low and high recessed areas. Some are high polished and some are satin, but a very well thought out piece. This one is just a great, great everyday driver. And last, but certainly not least, is this beautiful, beautiful Navitimer B01 movement. Now, this is going to be your AB0138 model. The configuration is beautiful to me because you have that coppery salmon dial with the black subdials that really pop. And of course, with the B01 movement, that is a Breitling in-house fully developed movement. So that adds just another level of luxury and engineering to the piece. Signature look where the bezel is on the inside of the crystal because you'll have that slide rule bezel that pilots use. And then also just for the look, if you see that from a distance, you're gonna know, oh, that's a Breitling. And I love the idea that the bezel is very thin on this watch because it does show scratches and nicks a lot less. And with that sapphire crystal, it's the most durable crystal that you can have on a watch. Most brands carry that, unless it's like an acrylic vintage model or something of that nature. But the Navitimer here, you'll have everything from that copper to that red to that white to the black. So many different colors, but somehow still very elegant. And that coppery dial has such a beautiful sunburst effect. This model is on a strap with the exhibition case back, and you will have a deployant clasp, which will help to preserve the strap over time. But Breitling is an icon in watchmaking. This is the perfect mix between the two here, in my opinion, something that leans a little more luxury, but still has a sport element to it, especially being on the strap. So let us know down in the comments what you think about these colorful chronographs. Maybe there's some that you've been looking for. We have over 3,000 timepieces here in our showroom, so we'd be happy to assist you in getting an order placed for one of these or any watch that you love. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you next week on the next video.